So my first time going to a yoga studio, I was 20. I went in there and I was really thinking like, this is going to be so cool. There's going to be all these people here that are into like Eastern spirituality, and they're going to be explaining things to me, and they're going to be teaching me and showing me things. And I was coming there just like complete beginner's mind. I just read a bunch of spiritual books, and yoga seemed like a really cool place to expand that journey and to hopefully meet other like-minded people. So I went in, I did the class, it was really hot and it was really uncomfortable, and then I went out of the class and just kind of looked around, and I realized that everybody was just walking out. Nobody was doing anything. I was like, oh, this is like going to the gym. Like nobody talks to each other. What's going on here? And what I realized from that point forward was that there's something missing at yoga studios. So yoga studios are essentially a place where people are coming together to do their personal practice of physical arduous growth, which also helps to build mental fortitude, which means that all of these people probably have some things in common. However, there's no space for that. There's no, continuation. I understand if people are going to a class like I do now, sometimes I just want to go home. But a lot of studios have found that there's this powerful effect of just running events where people can connect. And when you run events where people can connect, they start to feel like this studio is bringing them something more than just physical exercise and a little bit of meditation. They start to experience that this is a home away from home. This is like the place that I am learning and growing and connecting and meeting people and networking. There's so many benefits here. And if we're not doing that as studio owners or as facilitators of anything, and we don't even see that as a priority, I think that there's something missing here. Just about all of us have that need for community, but it gets so distorted and it can get so complicated because we only have so much time. That's why what's important is not making this time after a yoga class or after any session that you run, is that you have specific sessions that are put on with the intent to communicate and connect. This might not be something that is very natural to you. Maybe you don't even know what I'm talking about. I have been running for 10 years now events that help people to connect and help people to learn and grow together. These events are basically an integration of a bunch of different methods, and these methods synergize so that no matter what walk of life a person is from, they can come together and feel like they got powerful community connection, and they may have even learned something about themselves with the littlest effort from the facilitator. Little effort is, of course, subjective because if you're the person in charge, you're the person in charge. But once you have someone like myself teach you how to run these sessions, the amount of rewarding is ridiculous. If you compare it to a yoga class, and I'm a yoga teacher as well, people, a couple thanks, right? After these events, we're experiencing something that can be nothing short of a miracle, where people are making serious life changes, where people are connecting with others that they have longed to connect with for a long time. They've just stayed in touch with these people from high school, and they just really didn't know why, but they didn't have anything else. When we connect like minds together, most importantly, just people that want to learn and grow and kind of expand in their life in the same direction, what more could you want? Life is really simple. Like, as a human, what more do we really need than to have really good food, really good shelter, really good company, and to have some fun? We can do all of that with our friends, and it makes everything better. There's a lot of people in today's world that feel really, really disconnected. You might be one of them, but you might not. You might be someone that sees there's all of this disconnection going on, and how do we solve it? Well, we solve it by prioritizing a way where people can come together. But this is the one thing, is that if we just come together and we're just eating food and not doing anything, humans left to our own devices, we don't often get up to so much good together. A lot of the different vices that we have, we also tend to do together. If we're going to gorge on our own, we'll gorge with a friend. Or if we're going to drink some beer by ourselves, we'll drink some with a friend, or whatever else you choose to do. What I put on here are constructive gatherings where no one is leaving or no one the next day is feeling like, damn, this was a bad idea. I really wish I didn't do that, right? There's that much of a drive for community that we're willing to harm our bodies just to like scratch that itch, right? It's really crazy. So the events that I put on, like it's as simple as this. I'm going to explain it real quick. You put on an opening circle, you put on some sort of meditation or some sort of a practice, whatever you do, something regards to healing. Maybe you also pull out a book and read a couple chapters of introspection, and then you partner people up to have some connection time to talk about said things or to listen. This is all. And then you share at the end. This is a rudimentary version of what I usually put on. I have a multitude of different practices where I teach you the exact way to put it on and the exact nuances, and these are all tried and tested. But if you are interested in this, there is absolutely nothing better that you could be doing with your life, unless the only thing that you want to do is to improve yourself without any intention of improving others. That's up to you. I cannot bear to look at other people as I improve myself without wishing to imbue that goodness with them. Interestingly, through my process of being a facilitator, I have become a greater and greater version of myself as well and help to expand other people on their path through this simple act of bringing people together, people that will automatically have to have a collective similar intention because you're putting on practices and working with practices that are all about personal development, growth, expansion, thinking outside the box, reflecting on your life, seeing where you want to go, doing different physical practices like breath work, sound baths, whatever else you wish to incorporate in there, working with plant medicines that are like really, really powerful and help to expand this process. They're not like substances that we consume like alcohol that make us feel really terrible the next day. They're ones that I call gifts that keep on giving. Not only do they make you feel amazing in the moment, but they help to reprogram our psyche for the days to come. They are non-psychoactive, of course, so your participants will be safe to drive. If you're interested in learning any more about this, you can click the link in the description, or you can subscribe to this YouTube channel and I will continue releasing content where I teach you all about the nuances of basically running these sessions and how to make money doing it, because you really don't want to be, because no human wants to be putting themselves into a position where there's extra work without extra reward. Win-win. That's how I work all of the time. I'll see you guys in the next video.